Alright, so next topic. When you're trying to get into that sort of interview, like preparation stage, and you're really trying to develop yourself and to try and enter the golden gateway, which is the legal industry, how do you, firstly, Sana, in terms of how you've advised students through Strive Consultants, how have you found you've helped them to, build a professional self and to do the best they can?
Well, I think in an interview, the way that we see it, and you always tell them, it's a two-way process. So on one hand, the interviewer wants to get to know you and you're fit for the particular company that you're going to be working with, because obviously you'll be spending a very long amount of time there. And in the case of a training contract, it's 2 years at one firm. Mm-hmm. So they want to make sure that it's right for you, but it's also a chance for you to find out whether you are right for them, in the sense that, are they good for you? Is this a kind of firm that you're going to be happy with? So to that end, I'd say you want to be yourself as well, so bringing in the entire authentic self element here. But at the same time, you want to be the professional version of your authentic self. So you don't want to be saying the kind of things that you'd be saying to your friends. And there are just certain ways of speaking, but the basics of it starts with, of course, presentation. So from the moment that you walk into your interview, the moment that you actually step inside the building, that's where really the assessment starts. It does not really start in the interview room. So we say that the second that you come in, make sure that you are well dressed, that you're well presented, that you're dressed in the appropriate colours, you're not wearing anything that should not be, that's too out of place for when you're going to. And the way that you also speak to people starts at the greeting at the reception desk. So how are you actually saying, hi, how are you? Have you had a good day? I'm here for an interview with so-and-so person. It's really important to get that first impression right, because of course the first impression, it pretty much makes up the remainder of the interview. Once your interviewer has got this concept of you in their brain that, oh, this person is professional, they're smartly dressed, they are addressing the staff very nicely, quite present since they've come in, that makes a really great impression. By the time you actually start talking, the interview has really moved up to you, you're on time, you're punctual, so always arrive at the interview at least 15 minutes before, have some time to drink a bit of water, calm down, go to the view, power pose a little bit in front of the mirror. I love a good power pose, it makes such a difference. And then so you're in a right frame of mind when you actually walk into the interview room. And then from the moment that you have the handshake, so again, that's these are like minor points about body language and so forth, but they add up to the overall image of professionalism. So making sure that your handshake is not Stalin, as I say. So it's a balance between being a Stalin and a floppy fish. You don't want to be slippery, but you don't want to be like, you come in and you say, oh god, my hands, it's gross. So it needs to be kind of firm. And obviously, smiling, using open body language. Some people get very jittery with body language. I had a friend of mine that was kind of tapping on the tables, so he would just kind of like sit on his hands. It's whatever works for you. But again, just making sure that you're sitting up straight, you're not slouching in your seat, and these are all presentational matters. And then during the course of the interview, the kind of answers that you give, they add to the image of professionalism that the interviewer is now trying to build up about you. So when you're asked about things such as, oh, tell me what you do at work, that is an opportunity for you to demonstrate professionalism. How do you handle your workload at work? How do you deal with your work colleagues? When you're asked a question about teamwork, the way that you structure that answer about teamwork, the way that you actually speak about it, and how you talk about your other colleagues. For instance, are you saying something like, oh yeah, I had this colleague of mine, she was a right cow. Or sometimes you might get a question saying, oh, tell me when you had to deal with a difficult colleague, and it's really hard to not say something bad because it's a difficult colleague. It's a fine balance between saying that yes, this person is difficult, and then you resolve the situation, than saying, oh, she did this, she was always late, I hate her guts. It's really the way that you respond, the way you talk to the interviewer about other people, the way that you talk about challenges. Do you get bogged down with how difficult the challenge is, or do you focus on the solution of the challenge? Those things tell the interviewer, oh yeah, okay, so there's a problem solver, which is like a tick, we can see in this profession. Oh, this person is resilient. If things went to poor our work and they've still kept on going, that's another point on your professionalism list. So it's a combination of all these skills that you should already know about, and before you get to the interview, you know what this particular company is looking for. On their top soft skills, they say things like, oh, our people are resilient. So you know resilience is something that they're looking out for. Team players, getting that ready in the back of your mind, knowing that these questions are going to come up and being able to demonstrate that with relevant examples from your own experience and presenting it in the right way. You want to present it in a way that makes you look good, but at the same time does not make the other person look bad. And that is a very fine balance to make.
That was a very comprehensive. Thank you for that. I think you guys got some pros and cons there. Christian, like in terms of like, of course you know now when it's listening, like how you can really ace that side of the interview process and really become that version. And for getting into maybe the bar, for example, how would you feel students could adapt their approach?
Sure. So I think a good knowledge of current affairs is super important for any barrister interview. There will always be a question, or very often a question, that's somewhat geared towards what's happening in society right now.
Yeah.
Good knowledge on that is great, and especially because you kind of know that question is going to come up, but because you also know there's going to be lots of legal questions, before you go into your interview and you're naturally cramming all the stuff you need to know, you don't want to then have to read up on the past 3 weeks of news, when actually, if you've been doing it all the way through, it would have made it a lot easier. I think another tip is when you're in the interview, always pause before answering a question. That does two things. So by pausing, you're not rushing into your answer, and that means that firstly, you've got time to just think.
Yeah.
And in that time to think, you can dip back into your authentic self, giving an authentic answer, but also your strongest answer. And remember often that interviews are marked by matrices, marking matrices. So you're not really going to lose marks by answering 5 seconds slower, but you will lose marks if you don't give your very best answer.
Yeah.
So I think tactically, it's always worth doing that. And I think finally, actually, as you were saying, always arrive early. I think there's a real gold, a real quality that comes about from having a bit of time to just sit back before you go into your interview, collect your thoughts, because then when you go in there, you're not in any way still kind of a bit hesitant. You're ready to really do a good job. And also, this is what I've learned the hard way, always look in the mirror before you go into an interview, because whether you've got I don't know, your tie's the wrong way or something, just always check, because it's such an easy thing to quickly check, but when you've run to an interview or hurried off a train or anything like that, there's so many things that can just go wrong that they'll be seen when they're just staring at you for the next half hour. Yeah. So that would be my tips.
Wow, man. We did say we have an illustrious panel, didn't we?
We went live when we said that.
Do you have anything to add to that, Angelina?
Yeah, one thing I wanted to add was I was so professional. Yeah, just a short thing I wanted to add was that when you are developing for an interview, don't just see it as a short-sighted thing, oh, it's just for this interview I'm preparing for. See it as you're developing yourself and yourself as an individual. So if you've got, say, I don't know, pupillage interview, and they're going to be asking about things like current affairs, that should, touching upon what Christian said, that should be something that you build into your everyday life, being aware of current affairs, you know, different areas, just build upon that and build upon yourself as an individual, and I think the rest will just naturally follow.
I definitely agree with that. I feel like when you're trying to, prepare for the interview stage, it's so easy, as you said, to cram all the information inside and really try and learn it. But in actual fact, I think the best interviews are the ones where you really are yourself. I mean, don't be too much of yourself. I mean, don't show them your party side. I mean, that's not the professional you. But I feel like when you manage to get to a position where you can articulate yourself and your interests and your ambitions and your perspective of the industry, and do that in a way in which showcases you understand the industry, but also you're a human being. I think the best interview that I feel I've had is when we just had a conversation and we just smiling the whole time. Yeah. It was just so natural. It was so you were building an authentic rapport. It wasn't forced, and I was trying my best to showcase my absolute intellectual rigor. Like I would just naturally showcase that because I knew I was smart, I knew I was intelligent, I knew I deserved to be there. But also, sometimes it gets to a point where, well, I deserve this. I've worked hard for this, and I feel like I can really try and do something at this firm. I haven't applied for a change, but if I was going to, it's all these chambers that they don't necessarily have. And I think once you can showcase that USP, like life is so much easier. But the points here about this is down. You guys better be writing this down, like, you better take your notepad now, put it all down. Like.